Hello everyone, I'm Greatlook, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 121 of Factorio with the Z-Block mod, where we are just putting down our blueprint here for processing geodes into whatever the slurry stuff is, crystal slurry. And yeah, we just need to get this down, and then we need to work on sulfuric acid production, because that is obviously needed to handle all of these geodes. And we have tried exporting all of our sulfuric wastewater from all of our resource production, but we're just not producing enough resources at the moment to actually produce any of the wastewater. So maybe it would actually make sense to make a setup that just produces wastewater and not the resources themselves. I think that is something we will have to do when we get a little bit more pipe at least. Do we have some pipe here? Yes. Good. Also some more butts. That should be everything, I think. Good. Is there even a reason for this to be alternating anymore? Not up here, but I guess it is. It does make sense back here. Oh, it's only at the front, it could be both, and it wouldn't even connect here. Never mind. It doesn't make sense. We need some power down here. And I'm not sure how these power poles should be. Somewhere around here. And where do we power stuff in the middle? We don't. It's all connected over here, so we will just put whatever. And of course we also need to power these. Let's just do something like this, I guess. That does power everything. Do we want it to be symmetrical? I guess we do. Can we get the power back a little bit? Good, that's a connection. Why is it not powered then? Because this didn't get powered. I'd rather not put one here, especially since we can just build this out a little bit as it's supposed to be at some point, and then we have a connection. Good. So now we could get all of our geodes down here if we wanted to. We could also work on the sulfuric acid first. But I guess if we get these down, we should be producing some more resources here, and that should produce some more sulfuric wastewater, so maybe that is an idea. I guess we're just gonna turn these around. These will never have anything in them. How are we going to actually merge these two belts? And is it correct that we only get a full belt from this? We probably don't even have this recipe anymore on the production block, so let's do a new one. For this, is it 3 belts we're getting? I think that's supposed to be 3 belts. Rounded down from 48 or something like that. So if we want 45 of this, we are gonna get less than 1 belt of geodes, but this is not what we are currently producing. We are producing stereotype, I think. Yes, the yellow geodes. 45 of those, and that's still less than I built. Maybe we should just have a look if that is the case for all of these chunks. just to be sure. Eleven, 11. That's only 5. What is the 6th one? Oh, we have to... No. Oh, I have to stereotype. Isn't the 6 different chunk thingies? Yes. What am I missing? Geolite. And 11. Okay, good. So it is the case for all of them that they produce less than a belt. Still, how are we going to merge them? Are we just gonna put some space in here? That is not a good merge. Good to that. And where do we want to run it? I guess we're still reserving this space for the 3 belts we can output from here, so we're just probably just putting it out here instead. Sure, let's do that. And that sucks. So I guess we're just doing this for now. We should probably actually run it out where it needs to be as soon as possible. Just so we can see this is temporary. And it needs to go in wherever yellow goes. So this one, the furthest one down. Well, this doesn't need to be underground. I think it's just supposed to be like that. Okay, and yes, this will still not work because we don't have the sulfuric acid, so we do need to work on that now. Hopefully this gets the stereotype going though, so we will produce more sulfuric wastewater. And it is at least going a little bit. It's not too fast. And, well, maybe we should make a production block for the sulfuric wastewater. Save this for now. Where is that production thing? Oh, the geodes. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's an annoying icon to have for this, but oh well. Is it possible to set that somehow? I don't know, but we do have something like this for production of sulfuric acid. We would have to then clarify slag slurry. Which is fine. And I'm thinking that we're basically just taking this setup and replacing some of this with clarifiers. Because that's easy and it just fits into this setup pretty well. Doesn't have to be quite as long, but yeah, I am not gonna worry about that, I don't think. But first, let's make the actual... No, wait. So we're exporting the sulfuric wastewater, of course. So we should definitely process that somewhere else. I still think we are happy about having the sulfuric acid production integrated into these setups. I don't think I would like to have very full pipes of sulfuric wastewater going out of these and then having sulfuric acid coming in. I think that would just be bottleneck hell. But whatever extra comes out, we can use some of to turn into sulfuric acid. Where do we have these pipes? They are running in here. I think we should actually get those down here. I'm just trying not to get in the way of anything else here. We do need sulfuric acid coming in here, and we do need this going out. I think we should also use this for crystal catalysts. But that is for later. I think we first need to actually handle this geode load that we have. Sure. So, sulfuric acid. Just this part, I think. The wastewater into sulfur and into these things. Produce oxygen, I guess. And then that is it. Did we also produce sulfuric acid over here? Or what did we need the wastewater for? No, that's used for algae. Okay. And we still haven't finished this setup. Oh well, it's too far. I should really pin this. And I should probably modify it. We need to produce this from We could also just do a setup where we clarify this and export to the sulfuric acid instead of the sulfuric wastewater. But then again, that's just not how that is set up, and I don't think we would be able to produce enough, whereas a dedicated setup to sulfuric acid would be able to utilize all of the output from these. And I think that will be necessary. So let's do this dedicated setup. Sure. We will produce this from purified water, I guess. Actually, we get a lot of purified water from this. Can we both turn that into enough oxygen and enough for the sulfuric acid? I think something is wrong here. As always, let's actually make a separate block, or maybe just unlink it. I think that should work. Because this is linked to this, which requires the 93. How much would we want per second? If we just go ham and say 1,000, we would need a heck of a lot of electrolyzers to make the oxygen. Really? Is that the biggest problem here? What if we split air instead? $35 of those and 45 of those, holy Christ. Of course, we're probably not ever gonna make 1000 sulfuric acid per minute at least, or per second, sorry. At least not for the next 100 episodes or so. But I would like to make something that is a little bit future-proof. I don't understand why it scaled up when I added... No, it probably didn't. I mean, this is self-sufficient in these. We're just using... Oh, the oxygen and hydrogen and oxygen from this stuff. Which is not what we want to do here. But yeah, we are turning this back into the same system. Wait. Oh, here's connected, of course. But it wouldn't be enough at all. We need to top it up with something else. If we just go in here and do both of them, does that make any sense? How is this a deficit? No, how do we output 1000 of that? That's not true. That's weird. We are using 1700 and something water here, like we're outputting, so I don't entirely understand this. But maybe we should just do this and clarify extra purified water. I think that's simpler to do, so let's do it. We need to burn this, of course. We need to clarify some of this. And what else? We need to clarify this as well. So set up like this seems somewhat reasonable. If we wanted to fit within a length of this type. Somewhat fit into this full setup. Could even go as long as this, I guess. It just doesn't fit as well down here where we expect everything to be this long from now on. We should really just try and get to deciding, I guess. I'm sure I can use several episodes on this anyway. So 45 into 35. We could scale this up to 45 and do 1-to-1. I usually like that sort of thing. And we can't even have this in 2 pipes anyway, I don't think. Do we have any air filters? Yes. Let's just do a design here. So we do that into one of these. Split air. And so far so easy. Then we are probably gonna need a lot of underground pipe. Unless we can burn this directly or something. But yeah, then we would want this to be somewhat symmetrical. We can do this, I guess. The pipes will not be symmetrical, but at least the machines will, and it helps us with the pipes actually. We do have the space for burners right here if we want to. And if we do this, this would just be removed on the next setup, and that fits directly into there. Then the one on this side, on the other hand, can still just have underground there. This should all be good. Now we're gonna use a lot of flare stacks on this, of course, which we don't really need. But we will just consider that when expanding on this, I think. All of this, of course, can happen at the far back end of all this, because we don't need any input for it, so there's no reason to block everything else. Which is one pipe of or several pipes of input of this, I guess. And one pipe of sulfuric acid as output. All of this is clarified, so yeah, that's just it. Input, output. So let's move this back quite a bit, just so we have more space to further build up this setup. I can't help but wonder if we could make this even smaller. We do have 4 tiles in here, 2 in here. 4 in total in there, I guess. And 1 here, I think. Yeah. But let's not worry. This is now what we're doing. Not putting all of these in. And of course that is wrong. That is wrong. Maybe we should just do it like this for most of them and only fit the ones with the flare stack. I think it's 200 per second gas burned in here, so we need, what, 8 in total? 4 on each side. If we go to 46, we would have 23 on each side. So for every 5th of these setups, you would have one of these, I think, something like that. We can just go or scale it up a little bit. Okay, let's just say that we have all 46 of these now. We have a lot of oxygen, but it is in 2 pipes. That should be possible to handle, I think. What? This is the input. Maybe we should actually take most of it from the input side then. Do we have a hydrogen? No, hydro plant. We can steal and Q. I don't think we had any of those. No. So we should probably go fetch some, because otherwise I won't be able to figure out what to do here. Let's bring some more air filters as well. Probably some more chemical plants and clarifiers and flare stacks. Actually, do we have a lot of any of those in here? We have hydro plants plenty. We have flare stacks. We don't have any clarifiers. And I only have 5. We need more than that. 3 for this, or probably scaled up to 4, and 8 of this. We do need clarifiers. How many chemical plants do I have? 40. We need a lot more. Did we have any of those? We do have another 30 here, but I don't think that is enough. So clarifiers and chemical plants. And probably some more underground pipe, just to be sure. Lots of clarifiers. Where are chemical plants? There. Air filters. Am I blind? Or are they... no, they're right here. I am blind. We need tier 1 first though. Dang it. We will have to come back for those later then, but let's feed them some tier 1s first. I think those were all the way over here somewhere. I might be wrong though. We could have been very close to them when we took the chemical plants. Am I wrong about everything? We have them right there, okay. And that is not it. Let's scale up. While we're over here, we should probably go to underground pipe. But let's just check that we don't have a lot of that already. 600. We could use some more, I think. Let's just take all of that, sure. Should we fuel stuff? At least these underground pipes. How come these have not run out? Lots of... oh, this is just full. I guess that makes sense. Okay. And back with the air filters. Do we have anything like that in here? No. And I probably couldn't find it even if we had. Yeah, we're not gonna sit around and wait for this. Only the one at least. I think we have everything else we wanted for now. Had enough flare stacks in a chest here. I probably have enough flare stacks on me actually, so no problem. Yeah, I went past our chests of stuff. Those. Let's just take some extra of these as well, all of them maybe. And I'm not sure we need anything else. We will come back for more. I'm sure I have not remembered everything anyway, so no problem. Good. We need this stuff. Sulfuric wastewater purification. We need 18 of them. So we need input, outputs. Dang it. Oh. How much in and out? at least how much out. We can have one full pipe here and one full pipe below somewhere. A little bit more than a full pipe combined, I guess. And we do need some of this into this machine. This just needs to get clarified, but we can easily handle that in just one pipe if we wanted to. Yes, we would just do something like this. And we would have to clarify the purified water at certain points throughout this setup to not get a bottleneck in the pipes, but at least I think so, maybe not. It is less than a pipe in each of these, of course. So maybe we could just clarify at one end with overflow valves and just push the rest of it back into chemical plants doing this stuff. I guess that's fine. So it's okay to actually merge them back here and overflow. And it is 1000 or 1100 or something. We have too much. So that's almost, yeah, almost 6 of these. We will move this later, it's fine. Also, we need to clarify the mineralized water. 500 of that is more than 2. Could go 3. Also, how are we going to get the sulfuric acid out of here? Should we leave a tile in the middle for this? To have underground belt or pipes? Or would we rather have it at the sides and use 2 tiles? So we can't have it in here anyway, so it would have to go out here unless we could find the space to go under machines here, but we would have to have space in between each 2 of these. Well, every one of them actually. Since we can't go across 2. I think it would look okay to have it in the middle. Something like that. Could try and optimize a little bit here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. First, let's worry about mineralized water here. Whoops. Good. And then we just need to expand this and do something else. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.